Nnamdi Azikiwe, often referred to as Zik of Africa, was one of the most influential figures in African political history. His life was a reflection of resilience, intellectual power, and an unrelenting pursuit of national unity and freedom. He was more than Nigeria's first president. He was a visionary whose thoughts, words, and actions helped shape the consciousness of a people rising from the shadows of colonial domination into the light of independence. Born on November 16, 1904, in Zungeru in present-day Niger State, Nnamdi Azikiwe came into the world at a time when Nigeria was still under British colonial rule. His father was a civil servant, which allowed young Azikiwe to be exposed to various regions and cultures in Nigeria during his upbringing, an experience that shaped his pan-Nigerian ideals later in life. He pursued his early education in Nigeria before moving to the United States, where he earned multiple degrees from prestigious institutions including Lincoln University and the University of Pennsylvania. During his time abroad, Azikiwe was deeply influenced by the ideas of Pan-Africanism, self-determination, and Black empowerment. He immersed himself in journalism, literature, and activism, always with the vision of returning to Africa to contribute to the liberation and development of his homeland. When he returned to Nigeria in the 1930s, Azikiwe channeled his passion into journalism, founding the West African Pilot in 1937. This newspaper was more than a publication. It was a revolutionary tool. It gave a voice to Nigerians and demanded justice, equity, and self-governance. Through bold editorials and thought-provoking commentary, he awakened a national consciousness, rallying Nigerians to reject colonial oppression and envision a future governed by Africans themselves. His foray into politics began with his involvement in the Nigerian youth movement and later with the formation of the National Council of Nigeria and the Cameroons, NCNC, a party that championed nationalism and unity across ethnic and regional lines. Azikiwe's charisma, oratory skill, and strategic thinking made him a unifying figure. He was elected into various political offices during Nigeria's transition from colonial rule to self-governance, and was a central figure during the constitutional conferences that paved the way for independence. On October 1, 1960, Nigeria gained independence from Britain, and Azikiwe became the Governor-General. In 1963, when Nigeria became a republic, he was named the country's first president. Though the role was largely ceremonial, his presence embodied the hopes of a new era. His tenure was marked by efforts to preserve national unity amid growing ethnic and regional tensions. However, the political landscape in Nigeria was turbulent, and by 1966, the country fell into its first military coup, ending the First Republic and his presidency. Despite this setback, Azikiwe never ceased to be a voice of reason and peace. During the Nigerian Civil War, 1967-1970, he initially supported Biafra, but later played a diplomatic role in advocating for reconciliation and unity. His post-political years were spent writing, speaking, and guiding younger generations. He continued to preach national unity and was an unwavering advocate of education as a tool for liberation. Zik's legacy is profound. He laid the foundation for modern Nigerian nationalism and demonstrated that intellect, integrity, and perseverance could challenge empires. His life teaches us that leadership is not about position, but purpose. He used education as a weapon, the press as a megaphone, and politics as a platform to fight for freedom. His unwavering belief in one Nigeria remains a guiding light even in today's complex political terrain. He died on May 11, 1996, but his name is etched in the heart of every student of African liberation. Universities, monuments, and streets bear his name, not just in honor of what he achieved, but as a reminder of what is possible when one dedicates their life to a cause greater than themselves. The lesson from Nnamdi Azikiwe's life is simple yet powerful, that vision, education, and courage are the bedrock of transformative leadership. He showed us that true nation building requires the ability to see beyond tribes, regions, and personal interests. He taught that real freedom is not just about casting off chains, but about awakening the mind, empowering the people, and fostering unity and diversity. Zik's life remains a blueprint for anyone seeking to lead with conscience and conviction. If you found this story inspiring or educational, please like, comment your thoughts, and share this post with others. Let's celebrate the legacy of true heroes and remind ourselves of the values that build a better nation.